Welcome. I know it's a little late, but I am taking some time to sit with you and talk a little bit. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm only going to share for a little bit. I'm in Arizona, here on business and visiting family. And I really wanted to share uh, my week with you. Uh, Last week we had South by, and I was able to share with you guys the crash, which was interesting, and the outcome of that. And I got a lot of insight. But as I reflect on that, I am seeing that there is so much that is going on in our world that is so fear based. And I think what I shared the last time that I was on is that the dichotomy when we had this young lady in my chair, she was doing a feminine thing. Hello, how are you? Thank you for coming in, showing up, showing out. I do appreciate it. Uh, it's kind of interesting. The topic is going to be on the minutia of the masculine and the feminine energy, and how we, as the feminine energy, how are we going to pose ourselves as we watch the masculine energy go through their healing. I think the feminine energy has been doing some healing for quite some time. And it's kind of interesting because I said a few months ago that the masculine energy is not ready for relationships. And we cannot force it, girls. We cannot force it. Uh, if you do force it, you will end up in a very sad situation or sad relationship. I think right now we need to just pause and love ourselves, stay connected with the feminine energy, and we can talk about this someday. But right now, it is time for the masculine energy. Um, they're going through their awakening, and if it's anything like the feminine awakening, it's going to be a very hard time. And so I think we should just hold space for them and give them an opportunity to try to sort out the energies, because I said on my last post that without the masculine energies healing, that we will never be able to come together collectively as man and woman. And I think what's happening is all these conflictual things that are going on within the sexes is a distraction to keep us separated and keep us from working on ourselves. And so I really wanted to talk about how do we become the alchemist as the feminine energy, because a lot of us are going through our awakening and we are stronger now because we know who we are, and that alone is powerful. And as we watch the masculine energy go through this rebirthing process, the feminine energy went through it as well. But how do we love them energetically and help them without losing who we are in this massive awakening that the feminine energy has had. It is crazy what is happening to our world. But you have to realize that the structure that is being dismantled right now is been created by masculine energy. It has really did some damage to our collective and into our earth. And in the process, we are seeing women taken off the street, especially Black women. And so, if you guys have any questions about this dichotomy that we're in as the feminine energy, please do leave your comments. I read everything because I really believe we're in dire times as we watch the masculine energy resist the healing, because everything about the masculine energy is affixed on things, what they can gather, what they can have. Yes, our best bet is to help each other. Old school. But old school is why we're here too. I think we have to calibrate within each other. Like, some parts of the past we can learn from to be better people now. But there's some parts of the past that got us in this mess right now. And we need to look at the whole picture, because it's so interesting. Like, the system, like I said last week, I'm sitting doing this client's hair, and they're having the Silicon Valley crash right before my eyes. But I didn't see the crash. Oh, yeah, we get it worse. Black women get it worse. We're being attacked on each side. But one thing I want you to know, the reason we're attacked more is because of our divine third eye. Remember, this is the most powerful thing that you have. And they want to sexualize that. They've been sexualizing Black women for hundreds of years. And as we learn who we are and what we are, and we begin to expand and understand our power, we are able to be healers, and we're able to be alchemized. We can alchemize all that dense energy. Yes, it has to stop. But the only way we can stop it is women need to know their place and know their power and understand who they are. Because what's happening in our collective, men are going batshit crazy. And the reason they are, because the system has been structured upon masculine energy. And that's how men relate to that. That's how their power is relatable to them. It's by the things they can do, by the things that they have, by material goods, how they can buy and sell things. What do they try to do with women? They try to buy women. They try to sexualize her. I think the most beautiful thing that's happening right now, that women are really truly being themselves. They're not being governed by how a man thinks about them. And I think that's the most powerful thing that we have, is knowing who we divinely are. Because it's in that divine knowing we become powerful. And yes, black women are under attack because of their power. Look at everyone is stealing. They steal our hairstyles, they steal our thoughts, they steal our bodies, they steal every aspect of us. It is so beautiful to be a black woman. It is so amazing to be able to feel the consciousness. So, what that got to do with the price of eggs? I have an online business. I probably make more money than you do in a freaking day. Silly rabbit. Silly rabbit. And so I'm going to ignore you because this is not for you. Obviously, you're sound to sleep. But I want to say to you, feminine energy, it is so amazing how we are rising up. And it's so amazing how we are acclimatizing our power. And like I said, what was so interesting about last week when I did the event, it was small businesses. The whole event is about small businesses. I have a small online business and I sell hair extensions and wigs and I do hair. I help women love themselves however they want to love themselves. And many times on my feed, I get haters, and that's okay. They don't pay my bills. They have never, ever, 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 never mattered to me. Scorpios don't care what people think. That's one thing about Scorpios. We love who we are. But I am telling you, girls, this is an amazing time for us. And as the system, right? You know, I didn't care, but I didn't care, but I just recently had someone actually steal an integration that I created in 2007, and it went viral on YouTube. And that really bothered me. And the reason it bothered me because some of my students that took that class, when I taught that class, actually went on the girl's feed and began to say, you stole that from someone. And I think what amazed me is the response of the other people when she said that. But one thing that God told me, no, it's not okay. And but the one thing I can say about that is when I found this out, it was through a client that just randomly sat in my chair that was from the state that I created that technique. And I really believe that we are supported by the universe. And because I was supported by the universe, it was like the divine wanted to show me he was supporting me. And so when it came to me that this happened, I was told in a divine place, in a divine space, he basically, God literally told me, this is not your battle. You don't need to fight it. I will bless you with abundance regardless of who steals. And in fact, when I found out, I actually grew even more. And it's so crazy because you get so many people, especially if you're a divine feminine and you're successful. Guess what happens? You get attacked. That's just like telling Michael Jordan he created Nikes and you came at him because he created Nikes and you called him fake and told him to walk around town barefooted because he wears his brand. That's when you figure out people are silly rabbits. And the reason they attack you is because they are not doing anything. So these people that do these things, exact girl, exactly. People will straight up if they don't take from you, they will steal from you. But you know what? Don't worry about it. It's just like you told me, don't worry about it. Because you know what? I have been so blessed. I'm going to Australia in the winter to brand my business, to brand. You know what? And so, what anybody says, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm glad I'm holding free rent in your head because you can't deal. It's okay. But I'm on here to talk about the divine feminine rising up, having her awakening. And like I said to you girls last week, this is this is our time. Thank you. So, see, with every ugly, there is always going to be a positive. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. You know what time of day it is. Thank you. Thank you for supporting Black women. May your life be blessed. Every step you take is abundant because you know how to honor a Black woman rather than tear her down. It's just like the sister said before, we are being torn down because we have men that are indigent. They don't like their mothers, so they don't like women. And so, since we're still in the awakening of the masculine energy, I can't hate on him. He's a child. I am a grown, emotionally mature female. And I created this forum and I said it is a sacred place. So, whatever you choose to call me or say to me, that's on you. But this place is to help bring men and women together. And I would love to see the masculine energy understand what we all are going through. But the women have gone through it first. We've had our dark night of the soul, and now the men are having their dark night of the soul. And the guy just recently just showed you the state of our society. He's one of those. He can't even show his face. He only can criticize. I know, right? We are like, girl, all walks of life. We are all, we are all, we are all rising up. Well, if you go on my Facebook, if you go like I think on my Facebook, if you go on one of my Facebook or you go on my, you'll see my natural hair. I started wearing extensions when I opened my business. I don't wear my natural hair because I'm behind the chair and I don't have time to mess with my hair. And why does it matter to you? Really, why does it matter to you? I'm not your wife. I'm not your woman. I don't know you from Adam. Why does it matter to you? It is so interesting the type of people that show up. I love that. I love that. I only was going to come on for a little bit because, really, I'm in Arizona working. You know, it seems to me, yeah, we need to be pro women. What you know what? Black women need to be pro women because we have so many men that come against us. They talk about, and this was so interesting. Some of these people that come against the way we wear our hair, how we wear our hair, what we do with our hair, they don't read history. Because if you can actually see that on my website, the thing on about women's the way women wear their hair is back in the ancient times, you could tell where a woman was from by the way she wore her hair. Women, Cleopatra wore wigs, and she was a black woman. On what people think that Cleopatra was white. No, she wasn't white. There are many deities that wore hair extensions, wigs, you name it. Okay, so when people are lacking education, they will say some silly rabbit stuff like that. And so sometimes you have to give people grace because they're uneducated. And if they would take time to look at history and look at how women that adored themselves, women that did their hair, women that cared about the way they looked, those women were status. They had a certain status. They created trends. They created actually wealth in their indigenous cultures. So it's so interesting how people will come at you about silly rabbit stuff. And probably if I went on his feed, he probably has one follower, maybe. So half the time they don't have no followers. But you know, it's weird because we're in this energy right now, you guys, and I have to be very careful because I am a Scorpio and this energy is running all through Scorpio. And I can get like really like Scorpio tell, bite sting. And I don't really want to do that because I'm actually trying to be encouraging, be encouraging, be loving. And this situational that I have, I will block him when I'm done with this feed, and I will never have to see him ever again. So, this is about the feminine energy. This is about the women, and it's also about the men. But more than anything, we're in a time that will and is changing our whole lives, you guys. We will never be the same again. And so we should take this time and really draw from the waters of our soul and give back to our consciousness, our world, to the people around us. And like I said, the masculine energy, they're hurting right now. You'll see it by their actions, by the words, how they speak to women, you know. And I want to thank the brother that came in earlier that did encouraging words rather than putting people down. I appreciate you, and may you be honored. Yes, it is. I have a. I love Scorpios. I love Scorpios. I love Scorpios. I really do. And as we go through our evolution is so we can strengthen ourselves and be better and be influencers. We can influence other people to grow. And like last week really showed me something. Here for the first time that I've ever been in Austin, that they did South by, which is a startup. It's a conference for startup businesses. And I had never seen so many people of color. And I was so honored because you know what that's showing me? We are, we are evolving. And the minions that want to stay behind, they can keep on staying behind. They don't get, you know what? Because this energy now, we ain't got time for people that they got negativity. We don't got time for that. We're in the cycle of life. We're in the cycle of integration. We're in the cycle of elevation. And we're going to elevate. We're going to elevate the men and the women that are awakened, the men and the women that see behind the veil. Because not everybody sees that. It's only a few that see it. And why are we here? We're here to activate consciousness, even though we have a lot of unconscious people around us. And I say to you, sisters, girls, it don't matter what color you are. We are sisters. I say this time and time again. I am so proud of you guys. I'm so thank you. Thank you. I am so thankful that you are my sister because we are raising the vibration. We are changing. We are growing. We're not listening to the narrative of negative chat. So, thank you for showing up, showing out. Soon, the men will join us. I truly believe that. Yes. Thank you, love. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. And FYI, I know it's only two people watching, but the cool thing is this feed will be watched by many, and many people will see it. I appreciate you that are following. Put a thumbs up. Hey, hi, how are you? I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys showing up, showing out. If you have any questions, put them in the message box. I want to give a shout out to my business. It's www.heygorgousyou.com. We do blogging. It is a family business. It's me and my daughters. I'm doing most of the work right now because I have two daughters that are in school. And so they're in college, and we just don't have no time for silly rabbit stuff. We're here growing a empire for our family. And so I just want to say, you girls, This is a time. This is your time. And we have a short window to grow. We have this short time. And why the men are integrating this energy and having their awakening, we will prepare a place for them. We will do our work. We will show ourselves to the world. And we will slay this dragon. We will slay it. Frequency, word up. Word up is all about the frequency. And you know what? It's so interesting because a lot of you guys get it. And even though I don't really give a warning when I'm coming on, I just show up when I feel the vibe. I want to thank every individual that shows up. I don't care if you show up for a second or a minute or you watch the whole segment. I want to thank you guys for supporting Scorpio and supporting my business, heygorgousyou.com. And you guys have a very, very nice night. Look at my short stories. They are very informative. It's not my content. I normally just share other people's content. But I want to thank you for showing up and showing out. Put a thumbs up. Share this to other people. Tell other people about us so we can raise the algorithms and we can talk more. Talk to you later. Peace out. Bye now.